Right then, hello everyone, and welcome back to MMS Le Mans Series. We are
Right
here
then.
for round 7 of the championship at the Autodromo Fernanda Pires da Silva here in Estoril. And Le Mans Series is back for its 7th round, which takes us to Portugal. Um, we've got some new drivers on the field and quite a lot of changes, but we are here for for what is going to be a very, very interesting race indeed. The qualifying grid is set, the formation lap is finished, so I think it is time to go through the starting order before we go green here at Estoril. And on pole position, um, once again, it is an SAG car. It is Darius Petrauskas who takes pole position here at Estoril. He lines up P1, and behind him is his teammate Morton O'Connor in second, with Mark Tander rounding out the top three, making it a Glickenhaus 1, 2, and 3 in qualifying. Um, However, the Glickenhaus dominance doesn't end there. Lining up in fourth is Halil Shahin in the Kronstadt. Sorry, I said Mark Tander. I didn't mean Nick Tander. I got my Tanders confused. But Halil Shahin lines up in fourth for Kronstadt, who now run Glickenhaus engines instead of the regular Aston Martin engines, making it a 1, 2, 3, 4 for Glickenhaus and their customer teams here in qualifying. And lining up in P5 is Alessandro Caruso for Vanguard Team Patterson. Sierra Knox starts P6. The other Kronstadt, very, very good qualifying for both of them today. We'll see if the engine switch could spell good news for the American outfit, as lining up in P7 is Zarmim Imran in the Ferrari. Then making his endurance debut in place of the band Sofia Ankudinova is Michael Teller, lining up in P7, and behind him, or P8, and lining up behind him is Timon de Jong in P9. Patrizia Andrian di San Marino for Waterwood Aston Martin Racing is P10, with Langa Horigome, her teammate, in P11. Then it is the Turismo Autosport of Rob Secco Bulwa, followed by the second of the Ferraris, Matthew Wattenberg, is in P13. Miguel Moreira making his debut for Zai Grand Prix, replacing Kerai Kyoto, will be in P14, and he's ahead of another debutant, namely Elnur Eshag Adam, who takes the place of Joseph Murray at Porsche Penske. Ulken Doptar lines up P16 in the other Zai Grand Prix, with Alex Lewan, the lowest of the three Ferrari LMP1 cars, as he will be in 17th. And rounding out the LMP1 grid is Dicky Speed and Pranay Singha. Then on to the LMP2 pole. It is Daniel Ward for Ward International Competition, and accompanying him on the LMP2 front row and P21 overall, Giuseppe Radiantor for Delta Competizione. Mvondo Nguena will take P3 in class for World International Competition, and Henrik Solsaller will be P4 in LMP2 for Caio Bettis Racing. Metzcal takes fifth for Pardubice Motorsport, and then behind him is Davido Ragano for Algarve Pro Racing. This would have been their home race, but instead we had to go to Estoril. Either way, it's still somewhat of a home race for them. Tromero and Tungwana lines up in P8 with FG in 9th, the other Caio Bettis Racing, followed by Chetinkaya in 10th, and then Braunau in 11th for Rebellion Racing LMP2, and taking the final spot in LMP2, P12 and P31 overall. It is Tito Garcia Moreira for Featherfin Films Team Patterson. And then onto the GTEs. And on GTE pole, Harry Herholt for Filipovski Motorsport. Another pole for the Formula 1 World Champion. And accompanying him is Rodney Racus for Scuderia Vincenzo Ferrari Italia. Giuseppe Stella lines up third for PTG Pearson, and then it is Nico Zonkas for Kurdistan Racing Team, followed by Super Speed Motorsport, main man Shuel Michaelmacher, and then championship leader Ari Soilu in P6. That marks 6 different teams in the top 6. P7 is Mari Müller in the other Kurdistan racing team, and then you have Kyle Wilhelm in the Filipovski. Samuel Ace will take 9th for Zai GT, and then Superspeed Motorsports second driver Michael Van Damme will round out the top 10 in GTE. Ricky Wernersen takes 11th for Scuderia Moreira, and then it is Zdenek Svoboda, the Czech man, starts P12 in class. Henry Henryson will be 13th for Ninas Porsche Racing Team, with Del Penne behind him in the Arabia Racing. The other Ninas Porsche car of Gerard Geerts is in 15th, with Pedro Delalami in P16. And rounding off the grid as a whole will be Al Hamad in the Arabia Racing and Inigo Montoya of Scuderia Vincenzo Ferrari. And that is it then. The grid is set. Formation lap just about to come to an end here at Estoril. As green flag is out, we're racing here at Estoril. We're officially underway, and O'Connor side by side then with teammate Petrauskas heading into turn 1. Good big dive then from Caruso there, trying to split the SCGs apart as he gets past Shahin in the Kronstadt. Connor and Petrauskas fighting with each other. And O'Connor, the Australian, takes the lead of the race from his teammate, but Petrauskas is going to retaliate on Morten O'Connor, as he isn't able to do much though there on the outside line, as Morten O'Connor now does take the lead of the race with Caruso in close pursuit of the two SEGs. Shahin is trying to get himself up into 4th then, as Tander currently sits there in 4th. Here comes Petrauskas once again then. Oh no, is that fire for Petrauskas? Yes it is, and the Lithuanian is out already. It's horrible luck for Darius Petrauskas as the engine goes mid-corner as he tries to fight for the race lead. The engine just blows up. Oh, there can't be worse luck, as there's an accident, and Tungwana and Ragano make contact. Tremendo and Tungwana up on 2 wheels, but both of them are able to continue. Either way, it is still, I believe it is O'Connor still in the race lead then, from Caruso, who is looking to get himself into the race lead. Already one of the SCGs eliminated. Seems that they always do seem to have some of the worst luck on the field, even though their car is very good, as that is Seko Bulwa in the Turismo, who went into the wall. So let's see what happened to Seko Bulwa. And I think he got hit up the back there, made contact. Oh, that was Luan. Luan in the Ferrari, who got a bit naughty there, spun the car around through the Gancho chicane. Just, yeah, I think that is going to be on Alex Luan. But yeah, penalty immediately awarded for Luan, 10 seconds to the Vietnamese driver for causing a collision. Either way, we're going to get back on the racing. Here comes Alessandro Caruso down the inside line of Morten O'Connor. Contact as Tander tries to force himself through on his teammate and countryman, but Alessandro Caruso then in the Patterson takes the lead of the race. So good stuff from Alessandro Caruso, as now Morten O'Connor is going to be left fighting his teammate. It was his teammate, but now it is Sierra Knox, who has done brilliantly to get herself up into 3rd. Maybe it does seem like Kronstadt could finally fight with that SCG engine, as Knox is pressuring the obviously Glickenhaus factory team driver Morten O'Connor, as she goes to the inside line of O'Connor and slips up into 2nd. Great stuff from Sierra Knox, cutting her way through the field, as that sees her onto P2. Shahin trying to replicate her teammate and get up into those positions, but at the moment then Knox focusing on Caruso in the race lead. It's going to be interesting there. You have Ward, crucially the man who started on pole today, is in the pit lane, so that's not very good for him. Nico Ronkas in the GTE race lead, followed by Stella and then Müller. Herholt not with the greatest start, and dropped down to P4. There we saw the two Caio Bettis cars fight for position as I think they're gonna off. Was that Giuseppe Radiantor? No. It's Ragano. Davide Ragano in Algarve Pro Racing's home race has had an off. This is into chicane once again, and he makes contact with that's Entunwana, I believe. Ooh, it's difficult to see what happens, but Chetinka gets spun round. FG gets spun round as well. Ronkas comes blazing in. Nothing he can really do to stop it, but I don't think we can point any fingers on that because it was all just small touches along the way. As Caruso still holds the lead of the race then. From Knox in second, a Formula E champion, now competing in endurance, chasing down the Season 1 GT champion, Alessandro Caruso. As Knox later on the brakes. Then the Italian, that's Ward, off the track. Had a bit of an off-track excursion. Not the greatest start to the race for Danny Ward. Oh, and he's gone straight off. Complete misjudgment. I don't know what happened there, but that's not good news for Danny Ward, as Caruso and Knox are now going to have to lap the man in the Wick LMP2 car. As Caruso goes over the curbs a bit, you can see it upset the car a bit, so still able to keep it on the track as they head through the Gantra chicane. Now down to the S's, the left-hander. And then through the final corner, the Parabolica Ayrton Senna, as it is called. And Caruso is going to get a nice helping hand of slipstream. Plus the engine power of that Vanguard. This is a yellow flag just briefly there. Looking at Wattenberg chasing down the Young. Someone had an off, maybe, not sure, but you can see Matthew Wattenberg try and chase down the man who's leading the championship, Timon de Jong. Wattenberg, though, down the straight, isn't able to get de Jong. Almost goes into the back of the Dutchman, but Rebellion, who have announced upgrades heading into Estoril as well, making that car even more dominant than it already is. Oh, so I think there's a bit of damage. Is that Moreira who maybe went into the back of Roncas? Unsure. There is Teller and Horigome. A bit of contact between the two. Mike Teller forces his way past Horigome late on the brakes to get past both himself and Nico Roncas. So not very good for Mike Teller at the moment. Looking through the field. Oh, that's Ward in the wall again. And this time it seems to be a big off for Danny Ward, and he's just overshot it on corner exit onto the grass, and he just wasn't able to save it. That's a big shame for Daniel Ward. This is a nightmare start for him. Oh no! And it's turned even worse for Daniel Ward. That's a horrible re-entry from the Brit, and he's gone straight into the path of the Ferrari. And that is not what you want to see at all. Just reversed, unsighted. There's Matthew Water. That's a big impact, but stupid from Daniel Ward as well. That is definitely not what you like to see. But that is him out, and Wattenberg surprisingly has no damage. I don't know what that Ferrari is built of, but certainly something. Either way, Wattenberg is still defending from de Jong. There's 10, they're getting past Nguena. Here is the battle for second. It's the two Kronstadts and Morten O'Connor sandwich in between. O'Connor, though, now leads the two Kronstadts as he gets past Knox for second. It's going to be Knox down to P3 with Shahin trying to pressure his American teammate as Shahin goes to the inside line of Knox, and that is Sierra Knox down yet another position as Halil Shahin gets himself back up into the podium spot. We're now looking at the battle for P6, which has which sees another Ferrari and another Rebellion join the fight. Teller there, getting past Zarmim Imran. Imran is gonna go back onto Teller though, and possibly even get De Jong. Is the Canadian gonna be able to pull it off? It's gonna be Wattenberg even, if he's able to do this round the outside line. That could be a triple overtake for Zarmim Imran, as he's gonna go to the inside line, and he does it. What a move from Zarmim Imran. 3 cars. That is incredible stuff. And the Canadian man in the Ferrari will be up into P6. Great stuff. Battle for the LMP2 lead, I believe. No, it's not the LMP2 lead, or I think it's P2 in class. As there's the answer to the inside line of Mezcal. As the two are going to go side by side. This is for the lead, so it is Mezcal who does hold himself ahead of Radiantor for the time being, but Radiantor not willing to let that go then, as he's having a look on the outside line of Mezcal. He's going to get the slipstream, but he is a bit wide, it looks like. This could invite Turben Toft to the battle and make it a 3-way battle for the class lead here, as Toft is looking very, very close to the back of him. There's Singa to the inside left, Saller. Oh, contact between the two LMP1s, and Mezcal and Radiantor are off. That's the LMP2 race leaders. What has happened into turn 1? And this is Di San Marino, and I believe Elnur Eshak Adam was involved in this. So Di San Marino fighting De Jong, and oh my goodness, that is disgusting from Elnur Eshak Adam, the man on his LMP1 debut. Just straight into, what is he thinking? Straight into the back of Di San Marino, and he's able to carry on like nothing happens. Oof. Yeah, that's a big, big accident. And yeah, 10 seconds to Elnur Eshak Adam. And this is what happened with, oh my goodness. And the exact same thing happens. The two leading pair collide with each other. Mezcal taken out. And yeah, 10 seconds to Radiantor as well. It's not what you want to see for a lead battle like that. But that means that Toft in third has greatly benefited from this. It's Caruso getting past Al-Hamad. Now approaching the GTEs for traffic. It's not having the greatest of times with Al-Hamad at the moment, as the two Kronstadts now lead the two remaining SEGs in this race, both P2 and P3. As now then down the straight, Caruso is going to be able to get past all these guys with ease. Easy stuff for him. There's Tan there in P5. He's being chased down by Rob Sekobulwa of, or I don't know. No, Sekobulwa is lapped, I believe. Yeah, Sekobulwa is lapped, so I was mistaken on that. As Teller is fending off Time at the Young. Does he have an issue maybe? Looked a bit slow to me, but no. Either way, De Jong around the outside line of his teammate gets past. He also gets past Miguel Moreira, so we got a great run heading out of the Parabolica. So he will be up into P6 and continuing his title charge, obviously. Knox trying to get past traffic. There's Delamy and Henderson. Shahin gets past Vanderson as well. At the moment, obviously, the championship, as Joseph Murray is no longer racing. Closest championship rival that De Jong has is Zarmim Imran. 83 points clear, as Caruso got past Sam Ace. That's Knox with damage. Sierra Knox not having the best of times, trying to lap the GTEs, and just a slight contact. I've said it time and time again, you have to be careful when you lap GTEs. There also has to be some form of understanding between each other. So yeah, big shame for Knox. Was both Kronstadts running in the podiums. Now Knox is going to have to pit. As we're now looking at Torben Toft in the LMP2 lead. Oh, that's Al-Saler off the track. Who was lapped as well, but yeah, big shame for Metskal, I have to say, being taken out by Radiantor like that. But it has greatly benefited Torben Toft now, as it does have a comfortable lead over the rest. And I do think it is, yeah, it's Stella now in the race lead in GTE, followed by Müller, then Rakus. What happened to Nico Ronkas, I wonder? Oh, Ronkas got damage, okay. Yeah, that's a big upset for him, and that's Radiantor, and Radiantor is out. No visible damage on the, or no big damage on the car, so I'd assume that is a mechanical failure of some sort. Yeah, and he's coming to the pits. So I do wonder if this is a gearbox failure. Ooh! And the car just completely shuts off. Heading into the pit lane. And yeah, lucky that there isn't a lot of distance between that, so he was able to get cleared quite easily. Shahin in second, still trying to chase down Caruso. This is going to bring at least one Glickenhaus into the podium. Now with Knox having damage. As Caruso has now cleared all the GTEs. Shahin gets past Müller and Stella. And also has Alex Luan up the road. And then it is just going to be him and Caruso. It's going to be in free air to push and catch up to the leading Italian. Shahin goes into the back of Luan a bit. Tries to maybe signal him to move out of the way. But yeah, at the moment this is not looking good for Shahin, as it's being held up by the Ferrari. As we're on board with Michael Teller, currently sitting in P10. He's chasing down Matthew Wattenberg in 9th, just a bit up the road. Tander in 4th. O'Connor now up into 3rd then, as Knox is in the pit lane. Oh, and that's Sekobulwa with damage. What has happened to Rob Sekobulwa? I think I might be able to piece together. Oh no! He's gone off, just like Daniel Ward did at that corner. He's gone off at the parabolic interior. Oh, big accident, and that is Harry Harold. Huge crash for the Filipovski machine, and he is upside down. What happened to Harry Harold? And that was Zarme Imran. Bit of a sloppy job from the Canadian trying to get past. And flips Harold onto his roof. 20 seconds for Zarme Imran, and Harry Harold taking quite a tumble. Think he might be out. Oh, he's found reverse gear. So he's able to get back onto the track. Hopefully it should be clean. There we go. Harry Harold, though, will not be happy about that. As that's Metskal, that's Steiner Metskal with even more troubles. So I think this was lapping one of the GTEs most likely. This is onto Van der Sen, and he spins round. And just makes contact with the wall on re-entry. It's not what you want. Metskal's race. It's gone from hero to zero in only a matter of a few laps. As that is Brownell, and that is a smoking Rebellion LMP2. Brownell a bit slow, so I think he might have to retire the car. Big shame then for him. So we're looking at Langa Horigoma. He's going to send it down the inside line of his teammate. The two Waterwood Aston Martin racing cars come wheel to wheel as Horigoma is there on the outside line. Gets the better run though. Di San Marino not able to retaliate. And she will stay in P12 then at the moment. There's Imran following Nguyen through on the two GTEs. This is obviously also quite a short track, so there is going to be lots of traffic considering it is only 4.1 kilometers. As this is Halil Shahin, and he's actually taking the race lead. So let's see how he got past Alessandro Caruso. And there's Caruso, there's Knox up the road. And oh, what is this? What is this? And Knox is going really slowly, and Shahin is able to pass Caruso. Is this a bit of foul play from Kronstadt, or does Knox actually have issues? And oh yeah, Knox has a gearbox failure. That is why Sierra Knox was driving so slowly, but it has gifted the lead to Halil Shahin as a result. That must be the best mechanical failure I've ever seen. And Caruso, look at this. Oh, he's being held up completely. Sierra Knox just tries to buy their time as much as possible ahead of Alessandro Caruso. And Caruso must be furious with Sierra Knox and Kronstadt. But Halil Shahin will probably have to congratulate his teammate after the race. Never seen anything like that before. That is crazy. Big shame for Knox, but cheeky from Kronstadt. Either way, then that's Halil Shahin up into the lead and Morten O'Connor up into second. So it has sent Caruso all the way down into third. Have to wait and see if Caruso is going to be able to claw his way back up into P1, but Shahin now holds a comfortable lead of about 10 seconds over O'Connor in second. So Kronstadt leading here at Portimao, or sorry, not Portimao, Estoril. Okay, my Portuguese track's confused. Through the field. There is Torben Toft, the man still the leader of the LMP2 class. Speaking of LMP2s, that is his teammate Alois Brownau, whose car goes up in smoke, and he is out of the race. Engine gone for the Rebellion, simple as that. It's a shame for Brownau. Mediocre day comes to an end for the Austrian. As battle for P7 then. Overall, Matthew Wattenberg chasing down the rookie Miguel Moreira. Here comes Wattenberg down the inside line of Moreira, the man in his home race. And Wattenberg gets past with ease. That Zy Grand Prix car, not the best performing car in the world. So wouldn't surprise me that he was able to get past it quite easily. So this is Caruso, who was able to get past Morten O'Connor for second. So Alessandro Caruso clearly showing that he still got it as he makes a swift pass through turn 2. And now he's just got to get past Alex Luan, and he's going to be able to chase down Halil Shahin for the race lead. 7 seconds is the gap between Alessandro Caruso and Halil Shahin for the race lead. So It is perfectly doable for Patterson, as this is on board with De Jong, who is chasing down Zarmi Miran for 5th now. So Dutchman is very, very close to the back of the Ferrari, as Imran through the chicane looked to be a bit poor on exit there. I think he got a bit of a slide through the chicane, but De Jong still in close pursuit, as that's a yellow. That is Ntungwana in the number 20 Delta Competizione, and I think that, yeah, the car just goes. Nothing Ntungwana could have done there, really, and his day comes to an end. And that was actually the man who was leading LMP2, Ntungwana. I didn't even know that. But Trumero Ntungwana is out from the race lead. That's going to be a big shame for him. And Delta's Ragano gets past his teammate Chetinkai, who's stuck behind traffic. So, yeah. The two Algarve Pro Racing cars do swap. Chetinkai won't be too happy about it, though, as we're on board with one of the Porsche Penske's. That's Elmer Eshak Adam, who almost did the same thing on Miguel Moreira as he did on Patrizia Andriano di San Marino a few laps earlier. As Elmer Eshak Adam having a look on the outside of Moreira, isn't able to do anything, though he still does it late on the brakes for Elmer Eshak Adam, and he does get past Moreira and up into 7th. I do think that is. As that is Nick Tander, who is trying to get himself up into 3rd. So the two Glickenhaus cars are trying to swap. O'Connor, though, holds Tander at bay, as Tander is busy trying to lap Luan in the Ferrari. So we'll see what he's going to do. Shahin in traffic. That could allow Caruso to try and close up, as there's Tander then, who does dispose of Alex Luan, as that lead gap is indeed closing. It's closing by about a second since last time we checked, and Shahin now only has a 6-second gap to Caruso in 2nd. So looking at Rob Sekabulwa there, just saw him for a bit. Now Marie Müller in P19, I believe, is the GTE leader at the moment. Yeah, so Müller in the lead of GTE. Stella down to 2nd. As this is on board with, I believe, the Zygon PGT. Yeah, this is Ari Soilu having a look, trying to get past Kyle Wilhelm. Doesn't try the move at turn 1 then, so Soilu waiting for his time to strike on the Brit in the Filipovski. Is he gonna go for it? Doesn't quite yet. So he stays behind for the time being. Look to the field. There's Tander then to the inside line of O'Connor. And yeah, O'Connor just got boxed in there by the lapped car of Ulken Doptar. So O'Connor couldn't quite do anything in that situation, but he is down into 4th. And Tander immediately has Caruso for company there. So he's going to try to get past Caruso for 2nd. But he's going to get held up by Henry Henryson there. So that is not optimal for O'Connor. We'll just see what O'Connor is going to be able to do then, and if he is going to be able to get Caruso for 2nd, considering Alexander Caruso is quite preoccupied with chasing down the man in the lead, Halil Shahin. As Caruso makes contact with Van der Sen through the chicane, and that loses him a lot of time. O'Connor is up and alongside the man, but Caruso around the outside is able to hold off the Glickenhaus driver heading out of the chicane. Either way, that could be a costly mistake, and that's going to lose him a few seconds onto Halil Shahin, and it has 8.7 is the gap now to Halil Shahin. As on board with Elnur Eshag Adam, the man in the Porsche Penske Motorsports, the number 2 Porsche Penske Motorsport, was originally meant to compete in the feeder series of LMSPC, but suffered a helicopter accident, which saw him out of racing for a few weeks, and now returns to endurance racing in LMP1 with Porsche Penske Motorsports. He is facing pressure from Miguel Moreira, who I believe has, this is Moreira's debut, so he's a debutant. Elnur Eshag Adam, I believe, did Le Mans last season. Oh, that's Luan in the wall. Oh no! And he's gone straight into Moreira. Big accident between Luan and Moreira. Mezcal spins round as he tries to avoid the accident. Goes into the wall. Teller's involved. And it's gone all wrong. There at the straight. Luan. Even more contact. But what happened to Alex Luan? And he gets past Henry Henryson. And a bit too ambitious into the Parabolica and just rejoined straight into Henry Henryson. So that's bad rejoin number 1, and this is bad rejoin number 2 right here, I think. No, he's stuck in the wall for a bit, and here it is. Bad rejoin number 2, straight into Miguel Moreira, unsighted for the Portuguese driver. Big shame. Spins around a bit more. Steiner Mezcal sees all the commotion and tries to spin off in avoidance. Then he hits Teller. I believe Teller doesn't get any damage, but yeah, Mezcal is left spinning as well a bit. And I think there's going to be some consequences for Alex Luan by the stewards. And yeah, disqualification for Alex Luan. That is a very, very damaged Ferrari, but yeah, there's nothing you can do as... That's Wattenberg. Wattenberg has damage. I thought we were looking at Luan, but Matthew Wattenberg, the other Ferrari, has been involved in it. And it is with the sister team in GTE. He's hit Montoya, that is. And Wattenberg trying to rejoin. Sloppy rejoin, just goes into the wall. And now he has damage. That's Horigoma getting past. There's Singa. The man in the LMP1 getting past the LMP2 of Hussein Chetinkaya. Pronai Singa not having the greatest of races at the moment. As there's Michael Teller, and yeah, he is in for, I believe this is a scheduled stop, if I'm not mistaken. Or did he get damage from that incident with Luan? No, this is a repair, so yeah, it's from the incident with Alex Luan. Miguel Moreira is in as well. There's Caruso facing traffic. Tanner past Ragano and O'Connor in a bit of a world of his own at the moment. Elnur Adam 7th. Shahin still leads now from Tanner. 8.8 seconds between the two, as that is quite a dent to the roof of Patrizia Adriano di San Marino's Aston Martin machine. What has happened to the San Marino? It's quite a big dent, so it's probably an accident that happened a while ago. not sure what this was caused by, but this was probably an accident that happened a very, very long time ago. Okay. Aren't able to find the accident, but yeah, we'll just have to investigate it after the race. Stella down the straight, you can really see the speed difference between the LMP1s and the GTEs. As, oh, that's damage. We just witnessed that from the onboard of Stella. Caruso went into the back of Nick Tanner, and that's completely ruined the Italian's race. And just a bit too over-ambitious on the brakes. And he's gone into the back of Tanner, and that is even more woes for Vanguard Team Patterson. This team really cannot catch a break, as that's going to see the man in P3 having to come in for repairs. Big shame for Caruso, but Halil Shahin will most likely have an even bigger gap to second place now. So Shahin enjoying himself then. As there's Sol Saller going around the outside line of Di San Marino in the LMP1, so good stuff there from him. Rottenberg with a bit of a lockup. I think he might be coming into the pit lane. On board with Kuben Toft. Is he... oh no, okay. The engine sounded weird, so I thought there might have been some issue, but no. On board with the Dane. There's Dragano to the inside line of Çetinkaya. Ulken Doppler is going to try to get past the Turkish driver as well, and he does so. There is Teller and Ace. Teller tries to get past the GTEs. Miguel Moreira on the outside line there. Gets past. And I think Teller is fighting Moreira here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is. So he's going to want to try and get past into turn number 1. Can he make the move then as Moreira closes the gap? But Teller still is managing to go up and alongside and past Miguel Moreira. So that is the Brit in the Rebellion up into P14. As this is Tito Garcia Moreira. This is the other Moreira. Competing in LMS. This is Miguel's half-brother in the Featherfin Films Team Patterson. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, and that is Nguena. He's made contact with Garcia Moreira. So let's see this. And Nguena went off and just straight into Garcia Moreira. Nothing the Portuguese driver could have done there, but in all fairness to Nguena, he was also out of control. So I don't think there was a lot Nguena could have done. But there was Henry Henryson who went off. So Nguena moves over, tries to rejoin. Oh, well, to be fair, from that angle, I'm not sure. As there's Henryson sliding across the track. Al-Hamad goes off. And yeah. Just a bit. Gets a bit crazy there through the parabolic. Lots of drivers seeming to make mistakes into that corner, and it's proven to be quite costly. And yeah, no further action by the stewards. Can't really point the blame on anyone there. Al-Hamad in the pit lane for repairs. Stella then. Just up ahead is Marie Miller, is the woman in the race lead of GT at the moment, so we could have quite interesting lead battle on our hands then for GT, as Stella is making gains on the Liechtensteiner driver in the Kurdistan racing team car, so we'll see what is going to happen here then. And obviously for the GTEs, they have to battle each other while at the same time having to let through faster cars. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to be able to cope with that. As De Jong, stuck behind Müller, gets past the GTE on the straight as we have 30 minutes to go here at Estoril. Shahin in the lead of LMP1, then in the lead of LMP2 should be Turben Toft, if I'm not mistaken. This is Pedro Della Lamy into the pit lane. Had a bit of an off of some sort, or failure looks like. Oh yeah, so Pedro Della Lamy is out. So yeah, he had a mechanical issue and he will be out of the race. As we're looking at Salman Imran then, he's going to be chasing down Timon de Jong for P4. So we'll see what Imran's going to be able to do. Imran then doing decent in 5th, as the highest placing Ferrari, considering Luan and Wattenberg have both had their own issues through the race. Imran has just been silently sneaking up through the order and holds himself a very, very honest P5 for the time being. That is Khalil Shahin. You're looking at your overall race leader, Khalil Shahin, and then is Morton O'Connor in 2nd. Quite lonely there up at the front, as yeah, there it is. Shahin leading by 13.7 seconds. So he has quite a big lead. And oh, that's Caruso. Alessandro Caruso with damage, and he's gone way off into turn 1. He's completely overcooked it on both exit and entry. And that's on Caruso. Bit of a shame for him. Horigome with damage as well. Let's see what happened to Langa Horigome. And yeah, basically identical incident to Horigome, except for the fact that he went a bit more straight on, as opposed to Caruso going back on track and then picking up damage. But yeah, shame for both of them. That's going to leave them with another pit call for repairs. As it is, Halil Shahin still in the race lead then. 13 seconds. 13 seconds from O'Connor in second, and then it is Tanner in third, De Jong in fourth, and Imran in fifth. And at the moment, it could be Imran in fourth if he's able to get past De Jong. So we have quite a close battle for P4 Imran, who's been in pursuit of the championship leader for quite a while now. Oh, and here he goes then to the inside line. Through the Gancho chicane, gets a bit of a slide though, and it's gone all wrong for Zarem Imran. Loses lots of time on the Dutchman. De Jong able to defend easily from Imran. Let's see what happened here. Heading into the Gancho chicane, and there wasn't really any contact there between Imran and De Jong. So yeah, Imran just kind of got on the throttle a bit too much maybe, and spun the car around. That's a yellow flag, and that is Alex the one. With a failure, he's disqualified anyway, so this does make our job just a tiny bit easier. And yeah, engine going up in flames. So only two Ferraris remaining on track. Caruso still has the pit call, so he hasn't come in just quite yet. So I do wonder when Caruso's going to come in, because obviously he stays out for too long, it's going to lose him lots of time. And oh, speaking of losing time, Caruso looks to have gone into the wall again, and it's going terribly wrong for Vanguard Team Patterson here. What has happened to Caruso? And he just loses it. Don't think he made contact with Geertz, but into the braking zone. He's got no grip, he's got no rear wing. Lack of downforce, probably wasn't expecting it. And just spins off. Caruso in the wall. Is he going to be able to find reverse gear? Not sure. Oh, as there is Teller getting past De Jong. Teller is lapped. So, yeah, this is only Teller unlapping himself. Either way, good stuff from Michael Teller. But Simon De Jong won't be too happy about that. Caruso still in the wall. And yeah, he is out. So Alessandro Caruso is out here at Estoril. Big shame. Really, really big shame for Caruso. But he only has himself to blame either way. And he's just gonna have to forget about it and move on to the next round, which obviously is the 1 hour of Imola at the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari. It's gonna be quite interesting because usually Imola does provide very good racing. That's quieted down a bit. There is Dick Speed onto his teammate Pronay Singha down straight and gets past his teammate without issue. There goes Michael Macher then to the inside line of Zdenek Svoboda, the two GTEs battling. So Michael Macher is going to get it done on the outside line then, and easy stuff for the German, as Svoboda will fall down to P27 overall. It's a very big battle we've got here, as it's Al Hamad and Sam Ace involved in it as well. There's Tanner then in third. Getting past some lapped cars. Morten O'Connor still trying to push to get past Halil Shah. Oh dear! Gonna have to drop myself there. That is Davido Ragano. It's gone off the track. Bit of damage laying around. I think is that one of the Super Speed Motorsport cars. Ragano spins it round. And yeah, that's about all he saw. There's not really anything more to it. Oh yeah, and the stream might be a bit laggy, and this is the reason why, because the classic pit lane party bug is happening. Nothing we can do about it at the moment, sorry ladies and gentlemen, but we'll just have to deal with it until the end. Again, apologies for the inconvenience, but yeah, nothing we can do. As looking at Seko Bulwa unlapping himself, trying to unlap himself, and Morten O'Connor gets stuck behind the Ari Soilu though. O'Connor then, the gap to Shahin still quite big, I think. I'm not sure what it is, but it should still be quite big. Looking at Torben Toft. He's gonna try to get past Harry Harehold. Tiny bit of contact between the two. Nothing he can do for the time being then, but currently sits P6 overall, so very, very well done. Oh! And that is Miguel Moreira. What has happened to the man in the Zai Grand Prix car? Oh, that's the Young, and that's the Young who spun round at the Gansha chicane. So let's see what happened to Timon de Jong. And he was trying to lap Al Hamad there and just spins it around. That is the man in the lead of the championship, and he goes into the tire barrier and gets damaged. That's going to be big for Timon de Jong, as he's going to have to come into the pit for repairs. Zarmin Imran got damage as well in similar fashion to de Jong, but it's actually hit Ragano there. It's hit the LMP2 on re-entry. De Jong is stuck. Timon de Jong stuck in the tire barrier. Is he going to be able to get it out, or is it going to be a DNF for de Jong? If so, then this could be big points lost for him in Rebellion. And I think it may just be a DNF for Dutchman. Don't think he's able to get it out, and yeah, he is out. here at Estoril, Timon de Jong will be coming home empty-handed with 0 points whatsoever. And now this is gonna be Zarma Mimran's time to shine. But, mind you, as he currently is in P4 at the moment, he'll only score 40 points. So that won't even be enough to get him into P2 in the championship. So realistically, at the moment, there's no one who can take the lead of the championship. Yeah, it is not looking good. It is not looking good for anyone else, but I guess it is the best out, or I guess it is the worst best outcome possible for Timon de Jong, as he will still hold quite a comfortable championship lead heading out of Estoril, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what they're gonna be able to do. That is Hussein Chetinkaya off the road. He's able to continue, but I wonder what happened there. As we're trying to find Torben Toft. We don't know where he is, though. Where is Torben Toft? There he is. There he is. P5 overall. Doing very, very well for himself. And the Dane looks to be on for a third win this season. So yeah, good stuff then from Torben Toft today. And yeah, this could even bring himself into the this could bring him up to P2 in the championship, I believe, considering Nguema is, I don't know where Nguema is, but Mezcal and Ward, I believe, are out of the race, or at least Ward is, but I'm not sure about Mezcal. Oh, there is Steiner Mezcal. Speaking of him, he's gone into the wall. That's an unfortunate timing to talk about Steiner Mezcal, but there he is. Gone down the inside line, and yeah, classic stuff. He's just spun it around. And yeah, he's able to find reverse gear, but holds up Di San Marino in the process. He's able to get going once again. Another yellow. That is what Ulken Doptar. No, is that Halil Shahin? Oh no. Oh no, it is Halil Shahin. That is the man in the race lead. And he has binned it into the chicane. And he was trying to lap Gerard Geerts, gets damage and spins around. I can't believe it. The man who had such a comfortable lead throws it away in a matter of seconds. And it's gone all wrong for Kronstadt here at Estoril. With 16 minutes to go, they could be coming home empty-handed today. But this is gonna gift Morten O'Connor the race lead. His patience all these laps is gonna pay off, as he's gonna go around the outside line of Halil Shahin and take the race lead. Shahin has to come into the pits. Big shame for him, but he only has himself to blame for that. That is quite dramatic then. But that is going to be Morten O'Connor up into P1, and it should be Nick Tanner to second to make it a Glickenhaus 1 and 2 here at Estoril. On board Davido Argano, trying to chase down the LMP1 man Miguel Moreira. There is the battle between the two Ferraris. That is the Zai GTE and the Scuderia Vincenzo Ferrari main drivers, the two Finns of Rodney Rakus and Ari Soilu fighting each other. But it is Rakus who does get past Soilu, or defense from Soilu, should I say. So Rakus will hold P21. There goes Wilken Doppler and Henrik Salsaller in the LMP2. Seka Bulwa is going to get past as well. As it's quite a tight pack here, Seka Bulwa. All these guys behind Nico Ronkas. Seka Bulwa was able to get past the Finn, Salsaller as well. Now Ulken Doppler is stuck behind the GTE. It's going to be a bit frustrating for him. There's Teller in the pits. What has happened to Michael Teller? And he spun it. Has he? Well, what has happened to Michael Teller? Yeah, he's missing a front splitter. It's not gone very well for Rebellion either this race. Teller not having the debut that he's been hoping for. Here at Estoril. And here it was. And this is into Parabolica and just goes straight on. Quite a big accident. And is able to get back on track, but yeah, big shame for Michael Teller. This has not been his race. As that's Ragano, damn it. Yeah, I thought I saw some bodywork flying there in the background. But Ragano trying to get past his fellow countryman Stella amidst the two GTs fighting with each other. Rudely interrupts their battle and gets himself damage to his front splitter as a result. It's a bit of a poor judgment from Ragano. I believe, yeah, this is Miguel Moreira, and I have to say, Moreira still in the fact that is quite an underpowered car compared to the rest of the LMP1s. That's Ragano around, and he hits El Reshagadam on re-entry. What happened to Davido Ragano? Was the contact with Stella again? Doesn't seem like it, and no, he just loses it. Guess the lack of downforce got to him. And on re-entry, bumps into El Reshagadam. Sudanese, the man from Sudan. Very, very lucky not to get any damage, but naughty from Ragano, and a 10-second time penalty has been delivered. There's Ari Soilu off the track as well. what happened to Ari Soilu. Was Ragan off? He tried to make the move on Wilhelm. I do not know what he was thinking there, but went completely off the track. And yeah, it won't be too... wasn't too well thought out by him. So this is FG. I think he's got a pit call, which feels like, for me, the first time we're actually going to see a planned pit stop. And Adam low on fuel as well, so he might be coming in as well in the following laps. Top P4 overall, as that is FG, and I think he's run out of fuel. So I think Caio Bettis Racing got it wrong, unless that is a mechanical failure. FG, either way, is out with 11 minutes to go. That is a bit of a shame, but yeah, another person added to the list of DNFers, as there is Shahin fighting for 10th position now between Dick Speed. It's gone all wrong for Kronstadt here at Estoril. It looked so good for them, then Shahin messed it up. Now Elnur Shagadan running in third, but he still has that time penalty, 20-second time penalty, which could drop him down the order. And considering Torben Toft is fourth, we could have an LMP2 on the overall podium, which would be absolutely crazy to see. This is Marie Müller. We're going to see this on the replay. What happened to Marie Müller? And this is Müller in the pit lane, so I think, did the Liechtensteiner maybe have some damage? No, this just looks like a planned stop. Yeah, so Müller came in for a stop. There's Montoya without a rear splitter. So from the front, it just looks like he's driving a normal Ferrari. But let's see what happened to Montoya, and Imran just comes in way too hot. I don't know what he's expecting there, but Zarmim Imran is going to be hit with another penalty. So yeah, Imran not faring well with the GTEs at all. And yeah, that's another 20-second time penalty for Zarmim Imran in a race where it's important for him to capitalize off. Oh, that is Elnur Eshagadam, who I think has run out of fuel as well. He had that low fuel light on, and just one corner left to make it into the pit lane, he runs out. So I think some teams, considering this is a new track and we have never raced here in LMS, maybe some guys have got their fuel calculations wrong. Morten O'Connor with the low fuel light as well. We know Glickenhaus usually have not been very well with their fuel calculations. So we just have to see if they're able to make it to the end. Because we've had FG and we've had Elnur Eshagadam both eliminated due to running out of fuel. So the question is then, who is going to be next with 9 minutes to go? And I think that's Çetinkaya. Was that Çetinkaya who stopped? Looks like it. Is a yellow flag. We just have to find the man. Where is he? There he is. Saint Çetinkaya. Yes, he has run out of fuel. So I think the attrition is starting to hit for a lot of these guys. There's Singa into the pit lane with the low fuel lights. So Pronay Singa does make it in, which is good to see. So everything might not go too wrong for Singa. There's O'Connor with the low fuel light. Tander as well. Are the Glickenhauses gonna make it to the end? This could be quite a shock. We could have a scenario where both of the Glickenhaus cars don't make it to the end, and we could have an LMP2 winning this race. That will be absolutely crazy, but we're just gonna have to wait and see until the end of what is gonna happen then. Tander has the pit call, so has O'Connor. So Glickenhaus trying to pit this lap. That's Seko Bulwa in the Turismo who's ran out. Or has he ran out? I'm not sure. I think it is just a failure. That Zai engine is not the most powerful one in the world, and certainly not the most reliable one either, as Turismo once again suffer from engine reliability woes. Yet another DNFer, but this fuel fiasco has now spiced up the end of the race even further, because we could have teams making emergency pit stops to try and accommodate for this. Tander and O'Connor planning to come in this lap. We'll just have to wait and see if they're gonna make it to the end. I think, well, the question is then if they're even gonna be able to crawl their way into the pit lane, because we've had Elnur Eshak Adam who ran out of fuel at the final corner. That's not something you want. Just gonna look through the field. Is there a yellow? Oh yes it is, and it is Morten O'Connor, and he's ran out of fuel into the final corner. Tander has been able to get in to the pit lane, but O'Connor has not made it. It might just be we're gonna have one Glickenhaus who is gonna be able to go to the end, but I think they're not gonna be able to make it to the end here. Now this is gonna be really interesting, because this brings Torben Toft. This could bring him into the race lead if he is able to get past Tander heading into turn number 1. This is going to be really interesting. Shahin is back in it as well. And yeah, O'Connor is out. It's one Glickenhaus remaining. Halil Shahin, I have to say, will still be able to score a decent amount of points. There's 3 LMP1s here. Doptar, then there is Speed, and then Teller, all fighting amongst each other. As there goes Teller then to the inside line of Doptar, I believe. That is a lapped car. There's another yellow. Who is that, I wonder? No one. I'm not sure who that was. But we're looking at Halil Shahin. Oh, it was Halil Shahin. And once again, he's got issues heading into Gancho. And that is Torben Toft, who we tried to pass. Out of control, made contact with him. But yeah, Shahin is able to continue. It's gonna be quite detrimental to him. But Tander, is he gonna come out in the race lead, or is it gonna be Torben Toft? It's gonna be tight as Toft comes out of the pit lane, and Tander is... Oh, they make contact! Tander spun coming out of the pit lane, and Torben Toft collected the Australian, but it is gonna bring Torben Toft into the race lead. I think, did I see Bodywork flying off? Could there be damage for the day? And oh, it's really close. This was Singa and Tander making contact. So I think it was from Pronai Singa and not Nick Tander. And yeah, oh, so lucky for Torben Toft. As he is now leading the 1 hour of Estoril in an LMP2, which is crazy. Shahin is on the podium, so he's gonna come home with at least decent points for a decent recovery. Oh no! Oh, and it's Toft! And he slid off! What's happened? And heading into Parabolica Interior, what on earth has happened? This is on board with Tander. And he's completely outbraked himself straight into the back of Torben Toft. What is Nick Tander doing? That is just... yeah, 30-second time penalty for Nick Tander. Torben Toft is left spinning around. Shahin's gonna go past. Can Toft get it back going? Yeah, he's gonna be down to P3. Oh, come on, Torben. Oh, but what was Tander doing? That was absolutely disgusting from the Australian Nick Tander. But this could be very, very interesting, because with just over 3.5 minutes to go, Khalil Shahin could be back into the race lead. As that's Toft, I think. Did he have a bit of a spinner again? I'm not sure, but... oh, that is just... you have to feel for the man. That is really, really not what you want. And Toft is coming into the pit lane. Such a shame, really. Almost looked to be a dream win. Oh no, as he saw Suller is blocking him. And oh no, he's gone off and he's crashed. Big accident for Torben Toft into the pit lane. My goodness. And it's gone from bad to disastrous for Torben Toft as he is out. So Suller blocked him heading into the pits, and he's been Raymond Tannered. That is a big, big crash, but he was so lucky not to hit the barrier there. But this is quite reminiscent to not only Caruso's accident at the 2.5 hours of Spa, but also Raymond Tanner's accident in Formula E. That is at quite high speed, and the car flipped around violently. Hopefully Torben Toft is alright, because that is a big, big accident. You see there, Suller just blocks the entry. Oh my goodness. Hopefully he should be alright, Torben Toft, but that is such a shame. Just gone from bad to worse for the Dane, and Rebellion will come home empty-handed in LMP2. Tander then, race lead on the road, but Shahin is only 5 seconds down. So all Khalil Shahin has to do is just hold this for the time being, and he is gonna win. I have to give it to Khalil Shahin. This is still a really, really good recovery from the Turkish driver. Even though he had his incident that crashed out from the race lead, he might just get it back if the stars align for him. have got 1.5 minutes to go. So I think we will have 2 more laps, I reckon. As Shahin then in second gets past Montoya, and the only man up the road is gonna be Nick Tander. Khalil Shahin, even though he still is leading, still is in the provisional race lead, he would preferably would like to lead on track, I assume as well. As Tander and Shahin now both approaching traffic, so this could be Khalil Shahin's time to strike. As Tander goes on to Al Hamad, Shahin trying to find his way past yellow flag. As one of the guys who spun, I don't think it was Khalil or Nick, but it was Teller, it was Michael Teller, who was there on the inside line. And yeah, it's not gone quite right for Mike Teller, as he does re-enter the track. Shahin then, I think we're gonna get one more lap. As yeah, Shahin gets past the GTs on the straight then, as I think this is the white flag lap now. Correct me if I am wrong. But yeah, as look at this. Look how many cars in front of Shahin here. As he's gonna get past Henryson, Herhold, and he also has to get past Van Ersen. But somehow he's able to cut through them. Decent stuff from Shahin, but yeah, the gap is a second to Tander, so the question is if he's going to be able to get him. It doesn't really matter, but we'll see what he is going to be able to do. As there is Tander, Shahin going to line up a move into the next corner. He's having a look on the inside line. Was there a bit of contact between the two? I'm not sure, as they head through Parabolica interior. Could possibly try it into the next corner, into Gancho, into the chicane. Could he maybe try something here, Khalil Shahin? He's thinking of it. He goes to the inside line, but that could be the less favorable inside line. Oh, there is Ragano. There is Davido Ragano, whom he's gone into. So that is going to be Tander, I think, holding the provisional or the on-track lead of the race, so Shahin won't be able to grab the honors. Or maybe he could. Maybe he could. Yes, he does. He goes around the outside line of Nick Tander through the final corner, and Kronstadt will pick up their first victory with this man behind the wheel. Khalil Shahin wins the 1 hour of Estoril. What a recovery drive from Shahin in this race, and he will win here at Estoril. Nick Tander, it is a bittersweet podium for him. Bit of a controversial ending, but yeah, LMP2 race winner Davido Ragano takes it for Algarve Pro Racing in their home race. He wins. So he takes their second race win, as we're looking at the battle for the GT lead down into the final couple of corners. It is going to be, I think it's going to be Giuseppe Stella who is going to round the final corner, as he is going to win GTE, his second race win for him in GTE. He wins the GT class for PTG. Pearson, good stuff all around. And Rodney Rakus will take third. And Yeah, Rockus was actually not able to get third considering he came into the pit lane for some reason. So that will grant Zdenek Svoboda third in this race. Either way, it has been quite an interesting race. I really have to say so. Ending got quite heated, especially those final few laps. No one knew what was going to happen. But yeah, that is just waiting for Rakus to go across the line. There we go. And I think that is it then for Le Mans, for LMS here at Estoril. Thanks so much for watching. It has been a very interesting race, but it is time to give out driver of the day. And for me, I would like to give it out to Torben Toft, even though he did not finish. I think Torben Toft really deserves it because he had a fantastic race, kept it clean, all these laps, and that DNF was such a shame, and the accident with Tander as well was really unlucky for his side. But yeah, if he had not DNF'd, I'm sure he would have actually won it. So yeah, he did absolutely fantastically today. And yeah, he gets my drive today. Honorable mention, I would say Halil Shahin as well, even though he had his accident. Brilliant recovery drive to take the race win here at Estoril. So he gets an honorable mention from me. But yeah, that has been it then for LMS. Thanks so much for watching. It's been a very interesting race. Make sure to not miss LMS PC on at Estoril as well. That'll be very exciting to see, as the LMS PC Championship looking very close as well. So make sure to not miss that. Next round of LMS is the 1 hour of Imola at the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari. We've only got 3 rounds to go after this one, so we'll just have to wait and see what the championship has in store for us in these final 3 rounds. But until then, I have been Miran. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you when LMS returns for the 1 hour of Imola. Thank you, and goodbye.